Hey guys, welcome to a little basic guide on what to do and how to get started in a brand new free-to-play game called Trove. Now, you might be curious, what is Trove? Well, Trove has been out for quite a while now, but it was in early access and alpha, and it just finally, let me get away from these guys over here shooting, it just finally, in fact, a couple days ago, just finally released to the public. Now, you could have bought starter packs and stuff like that and had played ahead of time, but if you didn't, like me, if you were playing other games and stuff like that, I just waited for it to go public because it's a free-to-play game. You don't have to pay any money to play it. So the very first thing that happens is you're going to go through this little brief tutorial, and after creating a character and choosing a class that you want to play. Now, I highly advise, I did not know this, but I highly advise you go look around and you figure out what type, look at a little bit of the information about the clubs, or not the clubs, but the character classes. Look it up on the wiki or something, and I mean, spend a few minutes before you start playing this game and figure out what kind of class you want to play. Do you want to play a fast shoot 'em up, gun-driven class, or do you want to play a melee class, range class, a magic class, whatever. I mean, any class that you pick, you'll be okay with. But you really want to make sure that you at least pick your starting class as the class that you really want to play. And the reason that I'm saying that is because the way that this game works is, let's look, I'll show you. In order to play another class, you have to buy it. Okay, and again, all of the classes are done, you can buy them with what's called Cubits. Now, we'll get into Cubits in a little bit. There's multiple different resources in the game because it's a free-to-play game, meaning that you can pay to buy stuff. You can pay real money. A lot of this stuff is not necessarily, do you have to pay, though? That's the cool thing about it. I can earn 6,500 Cubits if I want to buy the Pirate Captain, and then I can buy the Pirate Captain, which is exactly how I got the Boomeranger. I started with the Shadow Hunter, so you get your first class free, and there's all these different classes, Tomb Raider, Boomeranger, Pirate Captain, etc., all the way down the list. And then once you start with a class, you can then buy to unlock other classes, and we'll go again, like I said, over Cubits later. But you earn enough Cubits, and then once you earn enough Cubits, you can then buy a class. Or you can go to the payment online store, and you can buy these little things. I don't know what they're called, but you can go buy them, and then you can just spend them, 1,000 of them to buy a new class, which is, I don't know. Here, let's look, because I can't remember. Yeah. Payment method. I don't know. Goods, mobility. Because I don't buy any of it. I don't, I'm not about all the packs. One of these is, there you go. You can get 3,250 credits for $20. And that would be enough to open up 3 classes for $20. If you wanted to. Now, me, I'm not going to pay for nothing because I'm a cheap ass, and you all know that. And plus, you don't really have to. I mean, everything in the game, I'm already back up to $38.75, and I paid $6,500 for this guy, or no, $6,500. I paid $6,500 for this guy, and I'm already back up to $3,800. The next one I'm gonna get is Fey Trickster, so I need another $11.25, and then I can buy the Fey Trickster. All right, let's get into Cubits. How do you get Cubits? What are Cubits? Well, if you go into your backpack, you can see that's Glim. That's the money that you get around the game. Mastery. Every time you go up a couple levels in Mastery, you get Cubits, 500 Cubits, 500, this is all, Cubits. You get a bunch of them throughout Mastery levels as you're going up. Then it goes up to where you're getting 1,000 and a bunch more. You get Cubits from raising Mastery. You'll get Cubits for for doing stuff. These quests that you can see up here. Here I can hold Alt. These quests all up here, you'll get a bunch of cubits from doing these quests. And I'm at Do a Shadow Arena, which is a little bit above my level. I'm at 11. I need to be at level 14 or so. Then I can do a Shadow Arena. And I've gotten a lot of my cubits from doing that. And then again, like I said, some from doing Mastery, raising my Mastery. I'm not going to get into all the deepness of Mastery. I will go over the basics though, as to how to get some mastery. The very first thing that you do though is you pop up in here. As you can see, you start right over there where that clump of people is. Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to hightail it and book it outside of town. And I'm gonna get on my little doggy that a friend of mine gave me. You're gonna come outside of town. And you're going to see these little dudes right here, these little black squares. Now, what these little black squares are, is these are called cornerstones. Now, what cornerstones are is basically it's your house. And I'm going to explain houses in this episode. Ooh, my flowers all grew up. Fantastic. Is that you basically start where I've rebuilt it. Green, you start with this little black square like you see out there in a little tiny dinky house. Well, you can go into your building mode by hitting tab. And you can destroy everything. I mean, you literally... Here, I'll show you. I'll put a few blocks down. I don't know what... Okay, there we go. That's the blocks that the foundation was originally made of. And then you can left-click to put some blocks down. And you can build anything you want to. Just think Minecraft. And then you can right-click to destroy it. And it's kind of loud, but... There you go. You can right-click to destroy. So you can build anything you want to on this entire cornerstone. Do not build beyond the cornerstone, though, because it will let you. I mean, as you'll see, watch. I can... See how I built beyond it? And here, let's go. See that block that's built beyond it? Watch this. See how it's gone? So do not build beyond the cornerstone, but you can build from this corner all the way up as high as you want to go. Oh, no, I'm running over my flowers. Good dang it. I didn't mean to do that. My last ones, that ones on the outside aren't grown yet. Get off your mount. If you don't get on your mount, you won't break them. You got to be careful about that when you're building. But then you have all these machines. So your house will start with a couple little machines. You'll start with this little novice crafting bench. You'll start with this little barber shop. And you can hit that right click on these guys to break them. And you will get them back. So then you hit B, you go into your inventory, you've got two tabs. You've got your adventure mode tab and you've got your building mode tab. Now you can hit the tab key and it'll swap between these. You grab this little guy, you bring it down here on a bar, and then you hit that number and you can place it wherever you want to. And there you go. So you can build and design anything you want. And you can put all your stuff in here. Now the building's really fun in it because you have to get out there in the worlds and you have to go fight and whatnot, and you have to gather the materials while you're out there, just like Minecraft. Now this game really reminds me a lot of Cube World, but a little bit more, combat oriented. There's no quests really other than these little things up here. There's not really any quests. These just do these little tasks more than quests. But you start out with this novice crafting bench, and you build. Really, that's really about all you do. All right, today it's not wanting to work. There we go. So that's my second level. And then I'm going to come up. This is my trophy room. And then I'm going to come up here. This is my portal room. These are all the portals that I've built. What's that? Oh, there's a few. Oops. Okay, there we go. I didn't break that other wall, did I? No. And you can damage a wall a little bit, but it'll come back to normal after a few minutes. It'll be back to normal. So there it goes. See, it pops back. And then here's my ceiling, my roof. And then I built this little funky drop to get all the way back down. And I've built all these different things, which I'll go over in other little tutorials on how to use. I'm just trying to get into the basics of the game. So the very first thing that you do is you build your house, or you adjust your house, or you whatever, you destroy. Then you're going to need to go to start gathering some blocks so that you can build some stuff that's cool that you want to build. So the very first thing you're going to do is, let me hold H. You can hold H at any time to return to the hub. This whole place that we start at is called the hub. You don't have to mess with a house. You don't have to do any of that other stuff if you don't want to. The very first thing you want to do, though, is you want to run up here to this little, do whatever your little tutorial quests tell you, what these tell you. And these will eventually tell you to enter into a novice portal. Well, this whole portal hub right here is where you want to go. This is going to be the first one right here. You'll walk up to it, you'll hit E. Now, after you've done that, it's going to tell you to go into another one, which is right here when you hit level 4. And you'll come to this one. And if you keep going around and circling up, some goofball is out there blowing stuff up. But if you keep circling around, you'll go all the way up, and there's more portals all the way up. Every one that you need. So you don't have to build these at your house like I did. That's just for convenience. But let's go into an adventure level 1. It's going to load, and then it's going to toss you down right here. All right, so this is an actual adventure world. And there's multiple worlds in the game. That's how the game's based. It's built. It's built on multiple worlds. Just think of the that little portal thing system for Minecraft. In these worlds, you have these little cornerstones also. So I can come over to this, and anywhere in this world, I can hit the button and pop my little house, everything that I've built. So whatever you build on your cornerstone, the game remembers it. If I was to take and put, hit tab and put one black block right there, and then I go off later and come over here and I build my little cornerstone or my house to claim, there's that block. It remembers what you've built and how you've built it. So you don't have to worry about that. Now you will only have one house up at a time. So where I've built my house up here, it took it away from the other place. So you can only have one cornerstone use in your main world or whatnot, or the hub. And that's it. So this thing right here, you're going to start with one of these. You'll have these little flasks. Let me hit Alt right down here. You'll start with like 6 or 7 or so. If you hit E at that, it'll fill it up. So you don't have to buy flasks or anything like that. But you get going out here, and anything that you see out here, you can deconstruct. So you just hit tab to go into build mode. And right there, I just got 5 or 6 green blocks. That's a mining ore right down there. I can't remember the name of it, but it's an ore that you want to collect because you use it for a lot of the crafting. Here's some up here we'll go get. And you get it the same way. And it's called shapestone. And you got to look for it because it'll be dug down too. And you'll have one of your first starter quests will be to get some shapestone. So you'll do that. And there'll be guys. So you got to be careful. And you got to remember how to fight. Now, I'm like a level 11. These guys are all level 1. So, of course, I'm a one-shot them. But you'll beat these guys up. And then you'll come get some more shapestone. And now if I look down up underneath all this, I'll find more. See? And you'll get all that. And you collect it all. There's another one. And I'm also getting some yellow primal blocks and other different color blocks. And you'll find all these colors scattered around. Now you can hit the M key and it'll bring up a map. And you can see yourself right there as I spin around and look. Now here's a dungeon. So we'll go, to complete this first little intro, we'll go and we'll do a dungeon real quick. Now it's going to be real easy for me again because like I said, I'm level 11 and this is a level 1 world. But I'm just showing the very basics of what goes on. Now, while moving, if you hit the map will come up and it'll stay up. All right, so this tells me to slay the dire wasp, which is right there. All right, so I completed a dungeon. This is a really easy novice beginner dungeon. It dropped a mine jar, which is a helmet that you can wear. And there's a chest. So you punch the chest, and some loot will pop out of it. And then you hold E, and you'll pick up all the loot, or you can hit E on each piece of loot. And then there's this little dungeon exit portal, because some of these dungeons are really long and really deep or really high. You walk up to this dungeon exit portal and you hit E, and it'll pop you out at the entrance. I had a couple. It'll pop you out to the entrance of the dungeon. It's just a convenient way to get out and not have to walk all the way back. So, I'm going to mine this stuff up real quick. Now, there are a couple things to think about when you're doing this mining. As you'll see, I've got some gear on. Now, you only have 4 pieces of gear in this game. You have a hat, a weapon, your face item, and a ring. That's it. Now, you collect other pieces, and you'll deconstruct them later in one of the tutorials, which I'll cover in the next little menu tutorial thingy or whatnot. But the thing to note is that you need a hat, you get a weapon, you get your face piece, and then you make a ring. You can't find rings. You have to make them. You'll get an ally sometime in the game at some point. If you get lucky, you'll find these little treasure boxes, and then you'll hit B to go into your inventory. And I don't think I have any. But you'll then click on the treasure box, and it'll make this little free-to-play window pop up right here. And you'll hit the open button, and it'll give you a random item from open the box. There's many different boxes. If you've played free-to-play games, you know what caches are, and you know what loot boxes are and stuff like that. It's the same process here. There's somebody else that's built their little house, and they just built it. They popped it up somewhere else, so it disappeared. But, yeah, that's pretty much a very basic getting started on this game. I mean, that's not a complete. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 parts of it to get all this basic information out there to you so that you understand what's going on. The greatest thing about this game is it's completely free. There's no charge. It's 100% free. You can buy stuff. Like I said, you can go into the store. You can buy stuff with real money, and you can buy these classes, and you can buy the costumes and the flasks and mobility stuff to make you ride around faster and different things, caches or caches, and then patron stuff. Now, Patron Pass gives you 15 days, 50% experience boost, 2 chaos factor, 2 flask capacity, 5 jump, 50 laser mancy, 100% crafting speed, and 200 this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But none of this stuff has to be bought. This is not a pay-to-win game. This is a free-to-play game. It's paying for, things that you can unlock in the game. Like even these flasks, even these things, if you'll notice, you can buy them all in a large amount of Cubits. Cubits don't come fast. I've been playing for about 3 days, and I've earned about 8,000 or 9,000 Cubits. So you're not going to just, come in with Cubits and buy everything. But if you have the patience to wait and you enjoy the game, the building and the adventuring and the stuff like that, then you will eventually unlock the stuff that you want by playing the game, not by paying for the game. So it's really up to you. I mean, I've decided that I like the game enough that I'm going to invest a little bit of money into it. So Zane has figured I will cap out at about $20 a month is what I'm going to pay. I figure I pay $15 a month for 7 years to play WoW. So I'm gonna buy things. I'll spend about $20 a month on the game, and I figure that way I'm not really losing out. So I haven't decided what I'm going to buy, but I'm going to buy something. One final thing that I want to go over is clubs. Now, what is a club? Think of a club as a guild, kind of. Now, and that's pretty much what they are. I can't stand here and look at these anymore because you're going to need these forever. Everything you do requires these, even late in the game. So you want to grab these little purple blocks anytime you get near them. So you can do like I do, and you can carry around some lasermancy stuff. Like I've got that for lasermancy, and I've got that with lasermancy on it. And I carry that around. Now watch. Let's go find another little cache of that purple stuff. We'll see if I can't find one. But wandering around real quick and keep, there's some down there. But what a club is, it's like a guild. Look how much faster that is. So that's what lasermancy is. Lasermancy is a skill that basically makes your laser pick things up faster. So let's stop here. Now let's go into clubs. Now I've joined 2 clubs. I've joined the club world, Dark Killers, and I've joined the Trovian Maestros. Now, you can hit P to bring up your club, and you can go like this, and it'll show you what members are on, and what you can click that, and it'll show you what members are offline. This is a really small club that I joined at the very beginning. It's a few friends and then a guy, but they know a lot about the game. So I've been, talking to them to learn. And then I've got this club that I joined, which is just a huge club that's got a bunch of members that are playing, and you can show just the online members. That's how many people are online. So it's a real good place to find information. Think of it like a guild in other games. You can be in as many as you can see here. You can be in 5 different clubs at one time. So if you're in a club, you're good. You can go into this button and you can join the club world, which we'll do. We'll go to the Maestros. Now this is a club world. You can build these, and I'll go over this in a different episode. But basically, everything that you see here is player built. These guys built this entire club by themselves. It starts out as just a flat surface with some hills and stuff and trees, and they had to deconstruct it, make it all flat, build all that. I mean, everything that you're seeing has been hand built, and it's just gorgeous, the work that these guys have put in here. But anyhow, we're breaking 20 minutes, and these little tutorials, I want to keep them under that. So this is your basic, very, very basic of what you can do at the beginning of Trove to get started, to get going, and so that you're not walking around fumbling, looking at what is this, what is that, what is this. I would make a new character, but unfortunately, your character is your character. You get 1 character per account, and that's kind of weird, but it's how it works. Now I can hit H, hold H, and I'll teleport back to the hub world, which is very noisy. But I want to show you the class changer real quick. Now you'll see these little things around, like there's a barber shop, there's a community chest if you want to throw some stuff in there for people to pick up, that's free. The rejuve station to refill your potions. And you want to make sure your potions are full every time before you go into a world. And while in a world, you can jump on somebody else's house and you can use their rejuvenation station to refill your potions also. But you can come here to the class changer and you can switch your class on the fly. So if I wanted to go back to being a shadow hunter, I could hit that button and it would turn me back into a shadow hunter. Any class that you've opened, you can freely switch between. But all right, guys, that's going to be the first little intro episode, basics of Trove. In the next episode, we'll go over some of the crafting machines and what you can do with them, and the purpose behind them, etc. So I'll see you there. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.